Well, we might not have all seen a lot of fireworks last night, but January is the month to go star hopping to see how many constellations you can spot. You might also see a galaxy if you're headed bush for the holidays and the skies are clear. And if you've packed some binoculars, a camera or telescope, you can see stunning dust clouds, star clusters and distant planets too. Dylan O'Donnell is an astrophotographer and astronomer. He joins me now just to have a little bit of chat about the stars. So Dylan, it is a fabulous time in January. What are the planets and constellations that we can all watch out for here in Australia?
G'day, Miriam, and Happy New Year. Honestly, I think that every month of the year is a great time to look at space. However, there are two distinct seasons, and that is the winter and the summer. And in the summer months, it is really Orion's turn. The whole Orion region will rise in the east, northeast, and set in the northwest. And it is full of great stuff. It might be one that your viewers are familiar with. You can see Hunter's Belt, which is a belt of 3 stars, and nearby is the beautiful Orion Nebula. It really is a spectacular, colourful cloud of dust and gas, which is where new stars are born. And you can see this just with binoculars. You don't need any fancy equipment. If you can get out there and find it with binoculars, you will be treated to a cloud in space, which is really remarkable to see.
Dylan, do you have any particular favourites of yours, given that you have a lot of experience with looking at beautiful spots in the night sky? What are you looking out for this January?
Look, bigger is better, I reckon, and we actually have a bigger nebula than Orion here in the southern hemisphere. So most everyone can see Orion, whether you're in America or in the northern hemisphere or down here. But we have another one called the Great Carina Nebula, and it's called great for a reason. It's about at least 4 times bigger and brighter than Orion. So if you're looking on the other side of the sky, particularly more towards the end of the month or February or the early hours of the morning, you will see Carina rising, which is another big voluminous cloud of dust and gas, which is birthing new stars. And you can resolve this with very small and modest equipment. And you can even take photos just with a camera and a long lens.
Are there particular parts of the country that will be better for looking at these objects in the night sky, and obviously weather permitting as well?
Yeah, any part of the country that doesn't have clouds is obviously the better go. If you are inland, we have great crystal clear skies most of the time. Here on the east coast, we are experiencing basically monsoon type weather. I don't think I've even seen the sky for about 6 weeks now. If you get to a dark sky location, though, it is worthwhile looking towards the south. If you look towards the south, you might see a fuzzy patch of sky, which is, it kind of looks like a cloud, and you can trick your friends and tell them that it is a cloud, but it's actually another galaxy, and it will stick around that same spot in space in the south all night long because it's circumpolar. It will rotate around there. And that is the Large Magellanic Cloud, another galaxy far, far away from our own.
Sounds amazing. Hopefully the weather will clear and you'll get a good picture of that. Now, we're talking a little bit about constellations, but what about the planets? Because, of course, we're seeing, some planets are a lot closer at this point as well. What should we be looking for there?
When the planets are the closest and the biggest and brightest, that's called opposition. We've actually passed opposition for most of the planets now, so they're kind of getting smaller and they're drifting away. But you will still see Mars rising in the east. In fact, everything rises in the east, but you'll see Mars, and trailing behind it, you'll see Uranus too. So it's worthwhile probing Uranus while you're out there.
Okay, well, that's definitely something to think about. Dylan, it has been wonderful to speak to you. Dylan O'Donnell, of course, an astrophotographer and an astronomer, keeping an eye out for those wonderful constellations and planets in southern skies. Thank you so much for your time and Happy New Year.
Thank you, Miriam.